you just bear with me, please? Okay, so we are live on YouTube as well. And for those of you who do not know, I do have a YouTube channel. It is called as 1 Week to Your Health. So if you want to, view it from there, you can view it from there as well. All right, so bear with me, please. So I think I am all good. Okay. So now, okay. So we are live on YouTube as well. 1 second. And there's an echo coming. For those of you who do not know, I do have a YouTube channel. It is called as 1 Week to Your Health. So if you want to, view it from there, you can view it from there. All right. Okay. Perfect. So now I think we're all set. Okay. So to make this project, you need, like I said, just a few things. So this is what we are going to be making. Not exactly. This is a pretty big project. This is a pretty big canvas. I think this is 16 by 20. It is just a canvas board, and these are the mirrors. So in India, this is very popular. And it is very it used to be done on homes outside with with mud. So they used to use mirrors to decorate their homes, and they used to use just regular mud to do this kind of cone work. So that is what I'm going to be teaching you today. It takes a little bit of time, but in the end it turns out really pretty. And I don't know how much you can see on the screen over here. Okay, Arun, if you go to YouTube and you just Google 1 Week to Your Health, hold on, if you want me to send you the link, let me send you the link. I hope I can. Let me see if it works. Okay, so I think that is the link there. I just posted it. Anyway, so let's get back to this. So you can see this is it's got the mirrors and it's got this cone work. This is the cone work that is done. This is the intricacies that are there, and that it looks really beautiful. You can make projects as big as small, in different. I like the white ones because traditionally it used to be done in white. So I really like the white color. But if you Google mud and mirror work, on Google, you'll find in different colors as well. So today we are going to be doing it just in white and the mirrors as well. So the materials that you need, I had sent you the list of materials, and if you have downloaded it, fantastic. If you cannot, then please email me and I will send you the list. So this is, and let me see here. You can see it this way. You can see, there's because of the mirrors, there's a very nice shine, and it gives a really nice, it really brightens up the room, and white color also just brightens up the room big time. So this is a big piece, but we are going to be doing like a small one. Okay. All right, so let's get started. So to do this project, you need obviously a canvas board. I have used a canvas board. If you have a wooden, a wooden framed thing, you can use that as well. You do not use it on canvas, which is like a framed canvas. And that is simply because the framed canvas, the canvas fabric will not be able to take the weight of the mirrors. So that is why you need to make sure that you are using a canvas board or like a wooden board. So what I did was I did 2 coats of here. So I used gesso. So I wonder if you can see it on your screen. Yeah. So I have used gesso. So in the interest of time, I gave this 2 coats of gesso. And the reason why you give 2 coats of gesso is to smoothen the surface. Otherwise, what happens is you can see the graininess. Again, if I show this close enough, you will see that it is nice and smooth. When I put my hand over this, it's nice and smooth. You want to give it 2 coats. If you don't have gesso, you can use white acrylic paint. This is white acrylic paint I have. It's entirely up to you. So I personally, because I had gesso and I like the impact of gesso on it, that's why I use gesso, but like white acrylic paint is completely fine. And you can get it from the dollar store. It's a very cheap product there. So these are 2 coats, and you have to make sure that you let dry between the coats. If you do not dry between the coats, then you'll have patches. It doesn't look pretty. So make sure you dry between the coats. So 2 coats of that. And then I just made a mark with a pencil just for the center. That's it. And then the other thing you will need is mirrors. So here are the mirrors. So you can see I have different, this is all the leftovers that I had. Okay. So you get these mirrors in different shapes, different sizes. You also get them in different colors. You get them in silver, them in gold, you get them in rose gold as well. So it's entirely up to you. So let me show it close to the camera and see. You can see there's a you can see the reflection there. So this is one shape I have. Then I have the rounds. And I have these I got off Amazon. And I had sent a link in the email as well. If you're not able to find them, please let me know and I will direct you to the right one. Now, it is important that you need the mirrors because you need them for the height. And I'll explain that to you in just a second here. Okay. So these are 3 shapes I had, and this is what I'm going to be using. So these mirrors have a little bit of a height. Now, when we are going to be doing the cone work, you need that height for the mirrors. So you cannot use the stick-on ones. So you want to avoid those. So these are the 3 shapes that I will be using today. Okay, when it comes to the design, okay, so for the design, again, I am a very random person, so I really don't plan on anything. So I'm just going to go with what my gut tells me. So I'm just going to go, this is just a lid of a box. So I'm just going to put it in the middle. Okay. So that is why I marked it. So I'm just marking the 4 corners, and I will just okay, so there we have that. And then we can do some circles on all the 4 corners. Again, this is a lid of any box. I'm just going to put this in the middle. You can do whatever you like. If you want the circles to be here, you can do them there. You can do whatever you prefer. So I think I'm going to go with probably one here. And please keep talking to me, asking me questions, unmute yourself, talk to me so that we make this very actionable. Okay, so we have 2 here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like this corner. I don't know if you can see, let me show you this corner. So I'm going to do this kind of design over here on the corner, just like that. See, just like that. And I'll do it on all the 4 corners. It is important you use a pencil. Please do not use a pen because we will be erasing these marks afterwards. Okay, so there, let me show it to you. So I have this in the center. I have these 2 circles on the sides, and I have made these marks like on the corners. Okay. Okay. And then what else do I need to do? Okay, maybe I'll do 1 circle here, 1 here. Okay, yeah. So we want 1 circle. That's going to be the middle of this. So we are just doing a very, very, I'm going to say a very rough design. You do not need to plan out the mirrors in advance. Just have a variety of mirrors on hand with you. And that's all you need. Okay, there we go. So I think that's good for my design. I'm pretty happy with this. And if I can show it, so this is what it looks like right now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of planning as to how I want the design to look like. So I can just start, maybe I want this in the middle here. And I'll show you just a part of it because we don't have that much time to go over the whole design. But do a little bit of planning. And you can, so what I like to do is once I've planned my whole board, I take a picture of it. Okay, I take a picture from my phone of it just so that when I'm happy with the design, then I can go ahead and, I have the picture and it is a kind of reference for me. So that's that. And then maybe I want some circles here. And you can, again, just have fun with it. I'm just having fun with it. And then I have these rhombus. So the rhombus is maybe I'll put them on these ends here. Like that. Okay, and let's see, what else can we do? I think I'm going to leave it at this, or maybe have, let's see how this looks. What do you think? Any suggestions you have for me? Unmute yourself and talk to me.
It's beautiful, Alka.
It's looking, you're liking the look?
This is a really new concept. Could you use coins instead of mirrors?
No, it's all mirrors. It's all mirrors. But you know what? You can use coins if you want. You can use the same principle. If you want to do it, let's say with pennies, you can do it that way too. I think it will look pretty. Yeah, you can do it. So I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, okay, I like that. So if the mirrors go like this, so that's the thing. You spend some time on planning the design, because once the mirrors you start to stick the mirrors, then it's done, right? Then there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, I think I like that. What do you think? I like this. And it's in India, it is called as Lippan work, Lippan. And it used to be, so if you Google Lippan work, you'll find so many beautiful designs. You'll find different colors. You'll find them in like mud color. They're just amazing. Like this, what we are doing is just so simple. Okay, so I think I like that. So create variations, create your, you get these squares in different sizes. You can use different sizes. You can use different shapes. There's all kinds of things. But I'm going to say, if you were to ask me, stick with the white mirrors, like the silver mirrors, because those are the ones that look the prettiest. However, if you want to be a little bit more experimentative or something, go ahead and use the rose gold ones, are also very pretty. So you can use those as well. So I think I'm happy with this. And yeah. So in the interest of time, so I'm just going to keep moving forward. I'll complete the rest later on. And you're welcome to copy this design, no problem. So what I'm going to do now is, and I'm going to stick these mirrors. So now, because I'm pretty happy with this, and I'm using, this is Elmer's glue. This is again from the dollar store. You don't need anything very fancy. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick them. Let me get my brush. Where is my ugly brush? Okay, I'll have to get my brush. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, so here's my brush. So all I'm doing now is to just sticking them in place with my white glue. So make sure you put enough glue, adequate. You know, you don't want the mirrors coming out after you have finished the project. And not to worry about glue on the top of the mirrors. We will clean, everything will be cleaned up at the end. Okay. So let's do the middle. So you can see this white glue on the mirror, but again, don't worry about that. And now let's get these ones in place. So when you are sticking the mirrors, make sure that you are keeping track of the design, and so that in terms of the spacing and everything like that. So that's what I'm looking into right now when I am putting the mirrors, making sure that I'm not ruining the, you know, the spacing where it is, where the mirrors have to be placed. So this one's a little bit tricky because I'm joining two mirrors. So I'm just going to put them together and make sure that they are straight and they're joining, they're on this line over here. There we go. And after we stick the mirrors, we are going to be doing the texture paste. Anyone following along with me, or you're just watching? So this glue is going to dry transparent, so nothing is going to show after. Okay. So and the last one. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there you can see that the design is, so I've stuck all the mirrors over there. And there is a bit of glue up here on the mirrors, but I wouldn't worry about it right now. Like I said, we will be doing the cleaning part. Oh, this one moved. Oh, this one we did not stick. Okay, there we are. Okay, I think we're good now. Okay, I think we're good now. So that all the mirrors are there. Now, I am doing just this piece, but when you are doing, make sure you lay out all the mirrors wherever you want them. Take a picture with your phone, just so that you don't forget where the placement of the mirrors is. Okay, so I'm just going to move a few, just make sure, because once we put the cone work, then you cannot move anything. So I'm just going to make sure everything is in place. Right now the glue is wet, so I can still move it around a little bit, but I think I'm happy with this. Okay, now let's get going on the cone work. So I'm going to put this aside. So now if you want to write down the recipe for the cone work, so for the cone work, what you need is baby powder, and you can buy it from Walmart, from the dollar store. The whole idea is to have to have a very smooth paste, because if the paste is not smooth, then the coning that you will do with the texture paste that you make, it will not work properly. So you need the baby powder, and we need white glue, and we need white paint. Okay, so I'm going to give you the recipe for 1 cup, but I'm going to be doing half a cup because I don't have so much time right now to make the full cup recipe. So for the recipe is, you need 1 cup of baby powder, any brand will work. You need 1/4 cup of white glue and half a cup of white paint. We are not going to be using any water in this, so please do not use water, because if you use water, what will happen is your mixture will start to dry up very quickly. So after we make the texture paste, if you are somebody who does, let's say, texture work, who you make cards, or you make, say, mixed media, so you can use the same recipe, the same thing there as well. So we're going to start with, so I have my cup measure here. So I'm going to be using half a cup. I'm using half the recipe. So I have my cup measure here. Okay. So I'm putting, and once you make this, your texture paste can last to up to, if you store it properly, nicely closed, it will last you up to almost 7 to 8 months easily. So this is my 1 cup, like half a cup of baby powder. So I'm putting it into my container. Okay. And then I have to use white glue, that's 1/4 cup. This is the same white glue, so I'm just going to use half of this. Let me see if I can open it, it'll be quicker. Yes. Okay. So that's roughly half of it. Okay. I'm going to be putting that in here. And after we put in everything, we might have to make a little bit more adjustment because we want the texture paste to smooth really smoothly through our cone. So that is the glue. And now I'm putting the white paint. Now, if you want to do your cone work in a different color, you will change the color over here. Say, for example, if you wanted red, then use red color, red acrylic paint. Please do not use watercolors because that is not going to do it because that has water in it. But use acrylic paint and whatever color you like, but I'm using white for today. Okay, so I'm using, so for, oh dear, okay, I messed up. So white glue, I put 1/4 cup. No, it's fine. Okay, so because I'm using half of this, so I'm good. I'm going to use half. I think I put more glue. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to put. Yeah. All right. Okay, dokie. So I'm just using half the recipe here. Okay, so I'm going to put this in. It goes here. So this is just a very rough recipe, and you will have to make some adjustments when you are actually finalizing. And I'll show you the texture that the consistency that we are looking for. So now we go in and we mix this. So it does get a little dusty because of the powder. I think I'm going to put a little bit of the more of the white paint. It's not as fluid as I want it to be. I think this must be about a tablespoon more. Okay. You can see the consistency here. Yes, and we need a little bit more liquidy. To add a little bit of the glue now. Yeah, this is perfect. So if you see here, let me show you. So when I am dripping when I'm dripping, so you should be able to see the what do you say? You can see the drips in there. Hold on. You can see that it is holding its shape right now, because that is exactly what you want. You want the mixture to hold its shape when you are putting it on your boards. You do not want when you're coning, you do not want it to fall flat. I'm going to give it a nice mix. Okay, there you should be able to see, you can see that. You can see that it's holding its shape really nicely in there. If you see inside. Maybe we want it a little bit thicker, thinking. Let's add a little bit more of the powder now. Just a tiny bit. All right. Yeah, this is perfect. So it is the consistency of icing, let's put it that way, like firm icing. Yeah, this is good. Okay. And now I am going to put it in a cone. So I am using the piping bag. So here is my piping bag. So this is the Wilton piping bag here, okay? And you will see that it has a line over here. You can see that. Can you see the dotted line? Can you see the dotted line? Can someone tell me? Oh, there. I think, yeah, there. So you can, so when we are filling it, we are going to fill it only till the dotted line and not, so the dotted line is up here. So we are going to be filling it only this much. Okay, and there is one thing I forgot. I'll be right back. Yeah, okay. So, and in the piping bag, I'm going to be putting this piping tip. This is number 2. Okay, this is number 2 of the Wilton piping tip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the piping tip inside. Just to see the place where I need to cut. So we need to, when we put it inside, so it comes up until here. So I'm going to cut my piping tip from here. Okay, and you can see the piping tip now comes out. So now our piping bag is ready with the piping tip out here. And then I'm going to now start putting in my mixture. Let's give it one more. Give it one more nice mix. Now this paste that I have made, you can even use to make it nice. If you do mixed media art or something, you can use it to make textures on your board with a spatula. You can do that too. So I'm going to go ahead and start It does get a little bit messy. Put it in this bottle. Let me show you the top here. There. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to wash my hands and be right back. Okay. So we're good here. So we have our piping bag full. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay it flat. Okay. And you are going to push that full mixture towards the end. Push it as much as you can. Just going to clean this area a little bit. Okay. Okay, so now with this bag like this, what you're going to do is, so now my mixture is almost up until here. So when you start pushing, so you will see the mixture here. Let me show it to you here. So you see that? Can you see that over there? That's the consistency that you want. Okay. And you know what, another thing that you could have done is if you are somebody who does icing, you can put the couplers as well. which I forgot, which I probably should have. But anyways, it's okay. So we get our design now, okay? And now you want to start piping. So what you want to do is you want to hold this part, so the piping, the mixture is here at the bottom. So with this index finger, hold it like this, okay, with your these three fingers at the bottom, this at here, and then go like that. And take this around. Okay, let me show it to you again. So you want to obviously first twist it. Okay, you want to twist it nicely. And let's see. So you take this index finger at the bottom. From here, you take it at the bottom. Take these three fingers on the top and just twist it and hold it, sorry, and hold it with your thumb. So you want to put pressure on your cone with the thumb. Does that make sense? Or should I show it to you again? I'll do it one more time. So with your index finger, so you want to first twist this, take your index finger and put it below. These three fingers, hold it and then push it at the bottom. And with your thumb, put the pressure on the top. This will make it very easy for you to do the piping. And you want to keep some paper towel with you because you'll need to constantly clean up. Okay, so now we are going, this is the slow process. So now we are going to start doing the coning. So you can see here, so I'm just going to do the coning piece. I'm going to start from here and I'm pushing with my thumb on the top. And I give it a break over there. So take your time with this.
I'm sorry, Alka. What is it? Corn, C-O-R-N?
Coning. No, this is a cone, right?
C-O-N. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Let me put it down there. Yeah. Yeah. So you just want to start coning each mirror as carefully as you can. So that is why the consistency of your texture paste is extremely, extremely important. Okay. So let me do a few and then I'll show you, I'll bring it up top and show you. So try to do in small breaks, like don't try to do it, you know, the way when you're doing a painting, you can go up and down. So you want to avoid that in this because the design does not come out really nicely. So if you see, I'm starting from here and I'm taking my tip to the board. That way you can get really good, even and clean edges also. So I have used tip number 2. There are some, you can even, there's also tip number 1. You can use tip number 1 also if you want. It's up to you. So just follow along the your mirrors. Okay, I'm going to just clean it up a little bit. And here, let me show you. Here, can you see it? So this is the part that is done. Just to a glare of the light. Okay, there we go. Is it clear? Can you see it?
Yeah, it's not as clear, but I get the concept.
Yeah, so let me, okay. Is
Yeah,
that clear?
that's better.
That's better?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do it here. So I'm starting from here, going, and I'm pushing with my thumb. So I'm giving pressure with my thumb. There. And now these lines, okay? So after you have done the mirrors, you can go ahead and you can actually do the lines as well. So once you do that, and I'm going to do the lines. So what's going to happen is, because of the texture, because there's glue in it, there'll be like, it'll be kind of like thread like, it'll become something like that. So I'm going to just do the design on the lines, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. And if sometimes the lines are not straight, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the process. Put on some music. My son was just now playing the guitar, so I had to kick him out. Otherwise, I would have him keep playing the guitar here, and then it's a lot of fun. But because if he was playing the guitar, you would not be able to hear me. So, and the more you do, then you'll get a hang of it, okay? So assuming that we've done the coning here, let me show you
Yeah.
close up there. You can see now? You can see the outline? So there's the outline that I've done here, right? So I'm also going to do these lines as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some 3D effects with my cone mixture. So I might say, you know what, I want dots over here. So I'll just go ahead and put some dots. Whatever I feel like. Okay. And so let's do this line as well. There, so we have these lines. So I want to do some dots, and over here, so I want to do some dots here too. Okay, so now if I want to make, let's say, let's see, over here around the circle, maybe I want to do some leaves kind of a thing. Okay, so I'm just going to go here. So I'm just going to go in the form of a leaf. And even if you, for example, if by any chance you mess up and you do not like the design, just wait for it to dry, and then you can lift it off. As long as it is not fully, like it's not fully dried and hard, you can easily pull it off. So here it's a little untidy, but I'll show you closely here. Yeah. So you can see over here, I did this leaf kind of a thing. It's not perfect, but it's completely fine. So so I will keep doing. So over here, for instance, let's see. Okay, let's go to the circle. So I want to make some triangle. Let's do this one. So you do have to outline every single mirror. So any other design that you want to put it after you have lined your mirrors. So this area over here, I might just want to fill that up. Okay, so here. So you can see this. So you can see this part over here. I've filled this portion up. Okay, so now over here, maybe I want to make a diamond shape here. So I'm going to go ahead and make a diamond shape, and I'm going to fill that up. There we go. So we will continue to keep doing this. The other thing that if I can suggest is, so if you have any kind of a, let's say a tool or anything like that, maybe a, a palette knife like this, and you want to do a little bit of smoothing, go ahead and do it. I don't bother. It doesn't, in the whole scheme of things, it really makes no difference. But if you want to, you could, like, yeah, so you can see it just becomes very messy there. So I wouldn't bother. So after you have completed this whole thing, it's going to look really full. It's going to look really full when we put the mirrors here. Put as many mirrors as you want, okay? And leave enough empty spaces to do this kind of work, because this kind of work looks really, really, it gives dimension to your entire project. So okay, I think that's a better view there. So you can see I've done these dots over here. Yeah, these dots over here. This is just I tried to attempt a leaf. It's not perfect. So I might even remove it. So I'm just going to wait it for a little bit to dry. And then what I'll do is I will probably take my palette knife and I will just scrape it off. And then I can go over it again. So even if you mess up, which you will, because when you do it for the first time, you will definitely mess up, and it's completely okay. So you might want to start with even a smaller canvas, like a smaller canvas board than this, and then go for it. Okay. So after you have completed everything, you're happy with the design, okay, and you get the design to this point, okay, so this is complete, but you get the design to, let's say, this point where I'm happy with my mirrors, because you can see over here there is such a lot of dimension that I have added over here. There's these dots here, there's these triangles here, just some simple lines, some rhombuses here. So you can see here, this is just a rhombus over here. This is just like a leaf shape. So when I was making this, I was really having fun with it. If you see this particular one, let's see, I'll show you which one, this one. Okay, so if you see this one, I have even gone over the mirrors. So you can see, okay, let me get it closer if I can. Yeah. So here I have, so these are my mirrors. I've even gone over like the joints, I've even covered them. So if that is something you want to do, go for it. So really make it your own design. And after you have finished your, like the cone work has been done, like all over, everywhere the cone work is complete, give it at least, I'm going to say at least 24 to 48 hours for it to dry completely. Because you do want your, this work, the cone work to harden really nicely. After that, the steps are really optional. Some people leave it just like that. Some people, and which actually I did for this, is I did go over, what I did was I painted the white color because there was these lines which I did not like. I erased them, but even they were showing still a little bit. So what I did was I painted the whole thing white. Even the mirrors, and it doesn't matter. So the mirrors needed, I wiped them out. It was cumbersome, but that's okay. But with that, what happened is I've gotten a really nice white, it's all even everywhere. So I did a whole white color on top of it. And then after that, I spent time with a wet tissue cleaning each and every mirror. It took me a bit of time, but that's okay. And after you have done that, what you will do is you are going to give it a varnish. So I have this one. This is gloss. This is Delta Exterior Interior Varnish. This is the one I have. This is the one that I used here. Okay, so and then I varnished the whole place, the whole thing. However, I was careful that I'm not taking my varnish over the mirrors. So you can choose not to varnish. If you don't want to varnish, you don't have to. But I was just very careful with a very thin brush. I used this varnish, and that's why it's giving it a nice shine. I went over all these lines, taking care not to varnish, because if this varnish if it goes on the mirror, it'll stick there. And this varnish, It protects, it gives a nice shine. It is polyurethane based, and you can use it for indoor and outdoor. And I gave it, I think I gave it 2 coats, making sure that I'm drying it nicely in between coats. And yeah, and there you have it. That's it. And now I'm going to put this in a frame and put it on the wall wherever in the house, or if you want to give it as a gift, it's up to you, whatever you want to do with it.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, it's a simple project, but at the same time, it takes time, right? Anything creative does take time. Yeah. Any questions anybody has?
Alka, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But
It turns out beautiful. Go ahead.
why is it called mud and mirror? I can
Because-
understand the mud.
Yeah. So in India, in villages, people used to decorate their homes with actually mud because it was cheap.
Okay.
And they used to paint them, and then they had broken mirrors, and they used to put broken mirrors as well, just as a means to decorate their home in whatever cheap, cheap materials that they had available for them. That's why it's called as mud and mirror. So if you are looking, so it's actually Lipan work, Lippan. So if you just, so I put it in the chat. So if you, so what they used to do it with hand. They were not so refined like the way we are doing. They just used to slap on the walls. And in India, because it's very hot, so with this decoration and with the mud, it used to keep their homes really, really nice and cool. So that's why it's called as mud and mirror. So this is a modern version, let's put it that way. Yeah. Any other questions anybody has? Are we all good? Perfect. So yeah, so if you decide to make them, send me an email, send me your pictures, however small it might be. I would love to see pictures, and share it with everybody. We can share it with everybody. Maybe we can have, I don't know, some of you are in the Facebook group. I'm not sure if everybody is, but you can definitely share your projects in the Facebook group as well. If you'd like, you can do that. And next week is going to be something very interesting, which I learned, I think, a few years ago, and I still do it during Christmas time, is painting on soap. So it's just a soap bar, and so we need a white soap bar, like any kind of soap bar you can get, and some. You have the list of materials in your emails. Okay. So we're all good.
Thank you, Alka. This has been fantastic.
Nice.
I've learned something new. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. So it's just, yeah, go ahead, and I would love to see your photos for sure. Yeah. Okay. So next week, again, if you want to follow along your pattern, I will send an email out again reminding, download the materials which I sent you the sheet, I think even today. So if you want to, and when you're making it and you get stuck somewhere, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. All right.
Thanks, Alka. Very nice.
Okay. You're welcome. Yeah. But I need everyone to make them. Watching is a different thing. Making is a different thing. Right? Yeah.
True. Very true. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very relaxing. It's when you see, especially now with Christmas is a little far away. But if you want to make smaller ones, just get the small ones. You don't need to make them too big. Make the smaller ones. Get the smaller canvas board. Maybe you want to get the 8x4, or just get the square, the 4x4. That's the smallest version. So even if you get that and make them, and people appreciate that when you make them at home, when you give handmade gifts. Okay. All right. So everyone have a good evening. And I will
Thanks.
see you back next week.
Yeah.
Okay, take care.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.